Hello everyone, I am back with part 2 of the suburban family home thing that I made for Seasons. Yeah, I know, I can't believe I got part 2 up within a week of the last one's upload. It's astonishing. I am still planning to upload part 2 of a house I started a while ago, but I don't know if anyone will even remember it. It's that one that's like a bridge and there's like a drive-through beneath it. It's like separated into two. You know, the one? Yeah, that one. It's infamous, really. Anyway, yes, so this house has a green theme, and that's because, like I said in the last one, initially I was going to build modern homes inspired by Disney princesses, but then I was like, these don't really look like they have anything to do with the Disney princesses, and I don't want to be weird about it and be like, oh yeah, this is totally Tiana's house, she would buy this, and everyone's like, I see nothing that makes me think of Tiana, except that it is green, and that is not enough, so I didn't do this. But I tried to keep somewhat true to the theme, and as you can see, so we have green tiles, amazing stuff, so I tried to put little green accents everywhere. There's a lot of plants here. We like plants in this house. But yeah, it's just meant to be a big family home. There's a master bedroom for parents. There's two kids' rooms, like a teenager-y sort of one, and then a toddler, or teenager-y slash child one. I don't know, because childs? Oh wow, okay, I will see myself out. Childs, okay. No. Children, that's the word. Children, sorry, Tom's finishing a drink. Excuse his background noise, if it even picked it up. He's not sorry, or he wouldn't have done it.
I'm really sorry.
Anyway, while he chases a fly and bats it in the background, hopefully you won't hear that. Anyway, as I was talking about childs, you know, those things. So because we don't have preteens in this game, or younger teenagers, like we just sort of have teenagers who look like they're at least 15, when you make them really skinny and lanky, and it's just, but they're the same heights as young adults and adults, and it's just, they don't look young enough, so usually I consider the children of this game to go from like the ages of, I don't know, 5 to 13, kinda? A bit vague, but we've got to pretend, right? So that's what we do. So anyway, that was really long-winded, sorry. So yeah, there's a toddler room and a youngish teenager's room. So yeah, the youngish teenager-y sort of room it has quite a bit of, I don't know, personality in it for just a generic family build. It's like a really artsy kind of room, like this kid's clearly into music and painting and maybe photography too. So that's a thing that I projected onto whoever lives here, but you can obviously change the rooms however you want them to be. But the parents' room is pretty, I don't want to say generic, that sounds like a bad word, but you can fill it with the stuff you want for your family. So if your sim is into, because the florist career is coming out with Seasons, so if you want to make a family for Seasons and have someone in this family be into plants and things, you can do that. Just have some extra plants in this room. But yeah, as you know, there's a granny attic like across the little walkway. I love the walkway, by the way. That's a cool thing. I want that in a house now. It's cute. But yeah, across the walkway into the granny attic sort of house. I imagine a granny in there. Her husband passed away a few years ago and stuff, and she's super into plants and botany and herbalism and things like that, so she brews a lot of strange teas, and has so many plants it's hard to like get to her door. It's not actually, because the Sims would actually throw a fit, but I can't get there. Not, yes you can, just lift your leg, but they won't. So yeah, imagination, that's a thing we have to use. Okay, I did this a lot with this build. Like, you see that little tray that all that makeup is on? That never snaps into the right place on top of these things. So I had to I put it down on the surface, and then I dragged the surface away, and then holding Alt, I would put it wherever I wanted it, like that. Just a trick in case you didn't know. I know this has been out for like 505 years now, and you've probably seen other actual simmers and YouTubers tell you this, but just in case, just why not? I don't know, if my mum ends up watching this and wants to know how I did it, there you go mum, I'm kidding, she won't ever watch this. But yeah, you're welcome anyway, if anyone learned anything from that. Probably not. But yes, so parents' room, generic stuff really. You've got a desk, they have a bit of an outdated computer. It's cute. This is a massive family home. They can definitely afford an expensive computer, but I like to think that these parents aren't really that techie, they're more planty. Yes, those are words. I did English literature at uni, and I say the word planty. That's a thing. And childs. Yes, that too. God. How did I pass? It's ridiculous. But yeah, the parents here aren't great with technology, so they're fine with having this sort of clunky computer that looks like it's come out of the 90s. I was thinking of my granddad's computer, or his old computer, when I did it. When I was a kid and I visited my grand's house, I'd always want to go on my granddad's computer. I'd spend a long time, or what felt like a long time, just watching his screensaver. You know, like the things that bump from like side to side, and you're always like, oh, please hit the corner, please hit the corner, and when it does, it's so satisfying, that thing. And then there was also that one where you're like running through tunnels. It looks like Morrowind. No, not Morrowind. Was it Morrowind? The one before Morrowind. I've not actually played the one before. What's the one before Morrowind? The Elder Scrolls series. Daggerfall, right. Do you remember the screensaver that looked like it was from Daggerfall? Where you just, because Daggerfall, you're just in dungeons all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Stone walls everywhere. There's a screensaver on old computers.
You go to towns, but they're garbage looking as well.
Yeah, the graphics are old, to be fair.
It was old, to be fair.
Yes, I know. That's what
screensaver do you know?
On old Windows 98, like when you had Windows 98 on really old computers, the really fat ones that weighed like 50 pounds or more. There's one screensaver where you're just walking through tons of corridors that are just mud floors and stone walls, and that was my granddad's for a long time, and I'd used to watch it and I'd pretend I was on an adventure because I didn't have any computer games back then. I think Tom's looking for it. Google it because I know I don't make any sense. I love the shelves from Salvadorada Jungle Adventure. It's so great. That's it there. I don't get why there's not any places to put stuff on the second and bottom shelf. It makes no sense. Anyway, here we are in the pre-teen room. Initially I was going to put 2 beds in here and it was going to be like a twins room or just 2 siblings who are close in age and they were going to share it, and I ended up not accidentally because I just filled it with too much crap.
That's the naked lady.
Tom is looking at screenshots from Daggerfall.
Like that, just
yeah, if you yeah,
just like these massive stone slabs and it takes
just
to fill a whole corridor.
Yes, just massive stone slabs and stuff. If you Google Daggerfall and look at their dungeons or something, you will see what I mean, and you might remember the screensaver. Maybe not.
Lady.
Maybe I'm old. Daggerfall has a naked lady. Pretty impressive stuff. Hard to imagine. Actually, no. I'm not going to say the thing I was going to say. It would have been really rude, and I don't know if people watching would be at an appropriate age. Probably, because I think the only person watching is Tom, and he's like my age, so you know it's all fine.
Not more people watching that.
My mum doesn't watch me.
Yeah.
Well, Tom tries to think of an audience I potentially have.
Yeah? 18 people saw your season's video. That's amazing.
I'm pretty sure 8 of the 18 views on my last video was me.
So 10 people saw your video.
Anyway, let's move on. I'm getting depressed.
Only 4 people saw the Sylph one, which is kind of sad.
Watch my Sylphco video. It actually was really hard. It took so long. Like when
it actually ended up looking pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool, especially thanks to Tom. He helped out. But when I post builds in a Sims group and I just do like a family home, people are like, oh wow, this is amazing, and it makes me really happy and really grateful. But then if I do something like Sylphco, which takes me days, everyone's like, it's a building, I guess.
Probably you shouldn't be saying this during a video, but it might do you good to change the name of it to Pokemon Sylphco.
Okay. I don't know if you can pick up Tom's voice in the background, but he suggested I change it to Pokemon Sylphco.
Because I don't know if that helps the title.
It probably helps click rates or something. Some technical thing like that. I don't know. Bit late now. Video's up.
Then again,
go watch it.
Your Privet Drive video, when you're Diagon Alley, you never put Harry Potter!
But everyone knows what Diagon Alley is, unless you're... Diagonally, what an idiot.
Diagonally.
Can you believe he did that? I was so confused when I watched that as a kid. You know when Molly Weasley is like, okay, get in the fireplace, Harry, and say very clearly Diagon Alley. And Ron's even like, wait, Mum, maybe I should do it first in case he messes it up because he's an idiot. And she's like, go on then, Ron. And then he goes, Diagon Alley. And there's like, and then Harry goes in, go on, Diagon Alley, diagonally, he says. It's like, where did you get that? How did you think that? You're going to a place and you thought the place was called Diagonally. You're an idiot, Harry. Harry's actually my favourite character. He's underrepresented in the popularity department. I feel very bad. He deserves better. Tom made a face. Think about, I don't know if it's about his popularity or him being my favourite character in Harry Potter. The titular character is my favourite. What is it, Tom?
I need to sneeze.
Oh, Tom needs to sneeze. I thought he was judging me.
No.
Okay, I thought he was judging me really harshly. He's not allowed to sneeze though. No, I'm kidding, he can if he wants. But yeah, so here's the pre-teeny sort of room. Very artsy. Nearly put the clutter in. Didn't know if the Sims could walk over it. Left it out. Okay, so the weird thing about building houses is I'm never sure how much to decorate it. I always want to personalise it a fair amount. But you should really leave that to the family that moves in to do, and you build their character as they go. But I don't like making super generic rooms because then I get bored and I don't want to finish it. That was the problem initially I had with Silphco when I was building it, because there's just tons of meeting rooms with huge tables. So I just kind of took creative liberties with it. And that's what I did here too. But yeah, so fill it up with the stuff you want. Like maybe this sim also collects snow globes or something. I need to, okay, so what do I say? Okay, so like I've led up to it. I've not. Oh yeah, that's when my game freezes. Oh, I'm sorry. The water in the freezer is done. Okay, we put water in a freezer earlier and we're leaving it in there for just enough time so we can take it out, and then when you get it out and you hit it against a surface quite hard, it freezes it all up instantly. So you leave it in there so it's still liquid, but it's at freezing temperature, and then when you hit it against something it will freeze. Try it out, look it up, it's pretty cool.
Let's put a picture up.
I'll put a picture up, for goodness sake, now I have to do that. I hate it. Ugh. I can't remember what I was saying before the alarm went off. I am really sorry about that, by the way. What was I talking about? Oh my god, I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I find this so frustrating when other people do it, but I'm doing it. Ah! It was a really obvious thing, wasn't it? Oh, I hate myself, I'm stupid. I'm so sorry for not finishing that thought. Right now you're probably saying, it was this! Don't you remember? It was this! Why can't you remember? Blossom! Ah! I don't remember. I thought ranting at myself for a minute would help, but it didn't. Ugh, sorry. I love this free wallpaper we got in a patch. This wallpaper we got in a free patch. It just adds like newspaper clippings to the wall. It'd be really good in a police station. I might actually finally redecorate the police station that we have that came with Get to Work. I know people have done it already. I've seen Little Simsies and it's so much better looking. She didn't change an excessive amount, or like not an obvious amount, but the inside is just vastly superior than it was. But yeah, I want to redecorate it myself too. Little Simsy didn't change like an excessive amount, so it's not super obvious, but it has better functionality and it just looks so much cleaner and neater. And I want to try a little go at it as well. I'm glad I nearly attempted it a while ago, like a couple of years ago. I don't know, nearly when Get to Work first came out, but I didn't. I don't remember why. I just ended up not. I'm glad I didn't, because back then I would have just made it totally. I think I would have tried to go for a film noir thing. And while that might look cool, and I might do that as a separate build on a generic lot, not generic lot, but I mean just a lot in one of the worlds that's accessible without cheats, I do just want to slightly improve the existing one. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I actually think it's really good. But just make things that, like, there's that weird corridor, like, you might have seen it in Little Simsy's video. There's just that weird corridor with tons of doors, and it's a bit creepy, really. I know it's a police station, maybe it's good to have the really creepy empty corridor with 50 doors. It's more like 4, but there we go. Every good story deserves embellishment, Gandalf said. So yeah, there's that, that's a thing. Okay, this area, this is where you enter the house. Not that door to the left, but a door to the right that you can't now see, but you did a second ago, but you might not have noticed. That's where you enter the house, that's the front door. And I wanted it to be near the kitchen. I don't know why. I've not actually been in a house where you enter into the kitchen, but for some reason in my head it makes sense to be near the kitchen when you come in, because it feels like a communal sort of area. Like you have dinner guests and stuff like that. It just makes sense, I don't know. Usually at least in a lot of the houses I've visited, you enter into literally a closed off porchway, and then to the side there's the living room or something. Actually my grand's house, which I grew up in and stuff, that opened into, I think it was once, oh yeah, no, it used to be like a dining room, but eventually it just became a spare bedroom, a really big spare bedroom. So that's the thing that happened at some point for some reason, don't know why. Anyway, so here's the pool. You don't see much of the outside because it just was me putting flowers down and changing my mind and redoing all of it, and it took ages. But you'll see it in the tour coming up really soon. I'm not sure if I was satisfied with the living room in the end. I don't show the other living room that's right next to it right now because I changed that into like a music/rec room with a fireplace. It's pretty cute. You'll see it on the gallery. You could change it into a gym if you wanted though, but yeah, here's the living room. I think I should have made it a bit bigger, but you can always drag a wall out. The corridor's pretty big. I like corridors, they make sense to me. Anyway, let's head into the tour now. See you next time guys, bye! Don't forget to like and subscribe and everything. See you. Bye.